Kennedy pulled the torn wool cap tighter over his head, his breath rising in white puffs against the frosty morning air. He had worn the same faded coat for 3 days, rubbed dirt on his face until even the mirror in the back of his car barely recognized him. His shoes were cracked at the soles, his jeans ripped and stained. To the outside world, he looked like just another forgotten man wandering the streets with nowhere to go. But behind the disguise beat the sharp mind of Senator John Kennedy, a man with a plan and a question burning in his chest: how does society really treat the people who have nothing left? It started when Kennedy received letters from veterans, single mothers, and ordinary working Americans who had lost everything after the pandemic. Again and again, one theme emerged: banks shutting doors, clerks ignoring them, managers whispering insults as they turned people away. Kennedy couldn't shake it. On television, these same banks preached compassion and equal service to all. But in the back alleys and cold lobbies of reality, the story was far different. Kennedy knew speeches and hearings weren't enough. He had to see it with his own eyes. So, one gray morning, the senator left his office, stripped of his title and dignity, and stepped into a new world, the world of the homeless. His first stop was a small branch of a large bank downtown. Inside, warmth radiated from the polished marble floors, and the air smelled faintly of expensive coffee. Kennedy shuffled in, his shoulders slumped, his eyes downcast. Instantly, conversations dipped. 2 men in suits glanced his way, then laughed under their breath. A young mother pulled her child closer as if he were a threat. Kennedy felt the sting, not of cold, but of judgment. He approached the counter. The teller, a woman in her 20s with sharp eyes and neatly combed hair, barely glanced up. "Can I help you?" she asked, her voice flat, her smile non-existent. "I'd like to ask about opening an account," Kennedy said softly, his voice trembling like a man beaten down by life. The teller sighed, tapping her long nails on the counter. "Sir, there's a minimum balance requirement." "Do you have any money at all?" Kennedy reached into his pocket and pulled out a crumpled $20 bill, the only money he carried for the test. The teller scoffed. "That's not enough. You need at least 100. Maybe come back when you're serious." Behind him, a manager appeared, tall and proud, his suit pressed to perfection. He looked Kennedy up and down as if he were a stain on the lobby floor. "I'm sorry, sir, but we can't accommodate your situation. Perhaps you should try the shelter down the street. We deal with clients here who maintain their accounts." His tone dripped with arrogance. Kennedy lowered his eyes, but inside, his blood burned. He didn't reveal himself yet. Instead, he whispered, "I understand. Thank you," and shuffled out into the cold. The next bank told a similar story.